Hi everyone, my name is Luca Lorenzini. I just completed my second year in my PhD at UCLA Anderson. In my paper that I presented at the conference, I study how firms and workers interact in the labor market. In particular, I study the labor market power relationship between the two, and I study what are the implications for the macro outcomes. So for aggregate efficiency, so for the allocation of resources across heterogeneous agents, and for the welfare distribution. My paper, the question is, given that there is wage inequality, given that in the labor market we have all this assortative matching, all this segmentation, what are the implications of all these facts that we know from the empirical literature about the labor market? What are the implications of all these facts for labor market power, and in particular for the distribution of markdowns? I'm building a model of oligopsonistic competition, so where employers basically compete with each other strategically. And in particular, I develop a model where competition is localized, meaning that different employers are of different quality, so they're heterogeneous, and they compete for different workers because also workers are heterogeneous. And in particular, the competition is localized, meaning that similar employers compete with each other because they are targeting similar workers. And these are some implications, important implications for aggregate efficiency and for example, also for policy. Because I show with my with numerical simulations that basically this implies that labor market power is not correlated with productivity, and this in turn implies that distortions affect less aggregate efficiency. In particular, so if labor market power was correlated with productivity, there will be a lot of inefficiencies because more productive firms will be more subject to frictions, to distortions, because labor market power is a distortion. And instead, under this localized competition, distortions are more widespread, and also low productive firms have a lot of labor market power toward the workers. And therefore, the correlation between these distortions and productivity is reduced. And then also, my paper has a bunch of implications for how we measure these distortions, and how we take how we use data to estimate this market power. The key innovation of a model is that not all workers can access top-paying employers. So suppose that you want to work for, I don't know, McKinsey. We all know McKinsey is a good firm. It's paying a lot. Its employees, but not everyone can access McKinsey, because you need to have a good CV. You need to be a good worker to access McKinsey, and therefore, in my model, low-ability workers cannot access high-productive firms, and therefore they can access only a subset of firms in the market who are from the lower range of productivities, and therefore competition for these workers is reduced. I think they're really important for a couple of reasons. So first of all, they're important because you get to know people, you get to talk to people about your research, and people can give you advice, and this really improves your research and your paper. So I think it's really important to go present when you have a working paper, so that you can receive advice and you can work on the paper that you have. Second, is really important to build connections. It may be that some people that you meet in a conference becomes your co-author, or maybe they help you, for example, having access to some data, or give you suggestion for future research as well. And third, is also important for yourself to present your paper, so to gain confidence and to also to train in presenting, and also to I think it's also very important to understand what people have in mind when you present something, so that you can, be prepared to answer questions what's in the future, what's in the paper, and to make things clearer, because maybe you have an idea in mind, but the majority of people don't share this idea about the topic. So you can see where people are struggling or where people are not in line with what you're thinking, what you have to do to convince them. And I think it's also important for this reason.
It's been the first year where I can focus fully on research, because I finished my third year of the PhD, and I attended some other conferences as well. So and today I presented another paper, so I'm really glad of presenting another paper, of having another paper, and so it was a productive year, I think. It's a great conference, first of all. I think I can see already the difference. It's been increasing in the level of the quality of papers presented. It's a nice place to first learn about other people's research, and second, talk to people and receiving feedback on your research, and third, building relationships and networking. You can always find new collaborators, new friends, and it's nice to be in this environment as well.